Hi everyone, nice to see you again. Happy Friday. Like I said yesterday, our Friday session is going to be on Plant a Tree, and then I am going to put our news round session on, okay? After this Plant a Tree page, next week is going to be the final week of our reading sessions because everyone, which I'm pleased to say, is coming back to school, which is great, on the 8th of March. So there will be no longer a need for me to do these sessions. But if it does happen again, I will be more than happy to do so. So I hope you've enjoyed them. Yeah, we're going to do Plant a Tree, and then for our final week, it's so annoying because we are really near the end, but I don't think we're going to get it all done next week. We're going to look at wildlife, being wildlife wardens. We're going to look at all of the different animals that are endangered, and I'm just going to see now whether we might actually, you know what, it's our final chapter, woohoo, which is brilliant. So we'll be able to get through it, and we've read the whole book throughout lockdown, so well done to everyone that's stuck with me. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have. So anyway, back on to Plant a Tree. So what better way to help trees out than plant new ones? And I don't know if you remember, I'm sure it was year 6s now and a couple of year 5s, and it might have been the whole of Key Stage 2, but you guys had time to go out that was organised by Mrs. Todd to plant trees, and we had a really good time, and I really learned a lot about how to plant trees, so I best check on how they're doing actually, because that was last year. So we're already a dab hand at this, so let's have a look. What better way to help trees out than to plant new ones? If you don't have space at home for a new one, campaign to plant trees at your school. You're done. Many schemes offer free or very cheap young trees to plant at school and in neighbourhoods. The whole story. Most trees are best planted in spring or autumn and will need space in which to grow. Your tree may be small now, but think how big it will be in 20, 30 or 40 years. Dig a hole as deep as the roots of your tree, but 2 or 3 times as wide. Handle the tree gently by its root ball, not by its thin trunk, which could be damaged. Place it in the centre of the hole and cover the roots with soil and compost. Water well. If your tree is over 1 metre tall, ask an adult to drive a stake into the ground and tie it to that. So that means a stick. I've done it before, the cherry tree. You've got a stick that goes alongside the tree, and then you wrap it with it, so it helps it stand up. Okay, young trees need care and attention. Make sure the tree is well watered for the first few years, but take care not to overwater it during rainy periods. Keep a circle around its base free of weeds. You could also add a layer of mulch around your tree to give extra nutrients to keep water in the soil. Before you plant anything, find out what sorts of trees are suitable for where you live, which is really important. From Little Acorns. In 2007, German school kid Felix wrote a homework report arguing that we all needed to plant more trees. He was asked to read his report out at school, and word travelled to other schools. Within 4 years, a tree planting organisation for young people, Plant for the Planet, had been set up. By April 2019, Plant for the Planet had planted a staggering, and listen to this, 13.64 billion trees. How good is that for the environment? That's amazing. Well done to that, Felix. Trees grow slowly but surely, so be patient. You could record your tree's progress by taking photos and measurements of it throughout the year. Super. It's a really good roundup of that story, isn't it? So even though we've got all of this damage, even though that we know that forests are being cut down and that trees are being damaged, we can also do something about it to help get that tree population up, which is great. Okay, so I'm just for a second going to stop that share, and I will get our news round up for us today. Monday's news round was really interesting, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this news round has got for us on our Wednesday. I know we're watching it on a Friday, but I bet it'll be about going back to school. Okay, so if you bear with me, I will just make sure that I will share my sound because you won't be able to hear anything. There we go. Right, everyone, enjoy.
Good morning, it's Wednesday the 24th of February. I'm Martin and you're watching Newsround live here on CBBC. Here's what I've got for you this morning. We meet the teen encouraging you to ditch your tech for a good old-fashioned pen. Shaniqua is introducing us to these cuties in your planet. And there's a new baby gorilla in the world, people. But first this morning, the news that some secondary schools in England could be delivering face-to-face lessons during the summer holidays in order to help children catch up. Let's take a wee look. In the last year, classrooms around the world have looked like this. The government says some pupils may have lost up to half a year's worth of face-to-face teaching, as lessons have been taking place online or with the help of parents or carers. So today, the Prime Minister has announced he's setting aside an extra £400 million to fund lessons during the summer holidays for secondary school pupils who may need a little more help. They say it's to ensure no child is left behind as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. It will be up to teachers to decide which pupils will benefit, and schools may also choose to spend the money on clubs and activities. But some people say more money is needed in order to help the most vulnerable pupils catch up and to support children's mental health and well-being. In Scotland, there will be an extra £127 million set aside to help vulnerable children, and tens of millions of pounds is also being put into catch-up schemes in Wales and Northern Ireland. Extra lessons might not have been what you planned for your summer holidays, but for many secondary school pupils around the UK, it might just help make up for lost time with your teachers. OK, well, we'd love to hear from you on this story and know what you think about the idea of summer catch-up. Perhaps you think it's a fantastic idea, or maybe you have other plans on how that extra money could be spent. Head to the website to take part in our vote and let us know your views. While you're there, check out the ancient cave art that's been discovered in Australia, featuring none other than a kangaroo. I can't believe it. That's hopping mad, that is. Get it? Keep watching, because we have got an absolute festival of animal news coming up. Find out why this cutie is making the news, plus... Whee! Turtles return to the wild! But before all of that, video calls, phone chats and mobile messaging have helped many of us stay connected to our friends and family in recent times. But have you ever considered picking up a good old pen and paper? One teenager is encouraging primary children to write letters to people living in care homes to help spread a bit of positivity during lockdown. Here's more.
Hi Newsround, my name's Nina and I'm the founder of a project called Community Senior Letters. Community Senior Letters is a non-profit project that matches schools and other organisations to care homes so that students can write handwritten letters and drawings and send them to the elderly residents. I first started up this project because I wanted to uplift spirits and cheer up residents by providing them with a bit of human connection during the COVID-19 pandemic. The response to this project has been great, with both the younger generation and the older generation enjoying getting involved. Many of the students have expressed their joy in writing handwritten letters, something that is not so common these days with the use of phones, tablets and other devices.
I am Shona and I wrote a letter because I wanted to cheer up people who is in hard times. It must be pretty lonely to see you without seeing your family. I love dogs. Do you have a dog? Every dog I see I pet.
I am really enjoying writing these letters because it's a really nice feeling to think that this letter is going to put a smile on someone's face.
This is a message for care home. Never give up.
Likewise, the elderly residents have thoroughly enjoyed receiving the handwritten letters and have put them up all around the care homes to be displayed. This project has had a big impact on communities both in the UK and internationally. So far, we have had over 240 care homes in the UK get involved and over 240 schools, both in the UK and internationally. A small act of kindness, such as sending a letter, can make the world a better place. And so I hope to see more people get involved in either this letter writing project or to help out in your own community.
Nice one, Nina. Thank you very much. Now let's take a look at some amazing animal stories from around the world. Check out this cute baby gorilla attached to Mum Bibi. Born at Berlin Zoo, It's the first baby gorilla at the zoo for 16 years. They don't yet know its gender and won't for a while, as the baby will be clinging on to its mum for a few months yet. And over in Australia, this koala joey named Humphrey has been spotted riding its mother's back around the zoo. Humphrey is the first koala joey to emerge in over a year at the zoo. He was born in May but has only emerged from his mother's pouch in the last 2 weeks. How cute is that, lad? Brilliant. Time now for this week's climate news from around the globe. So with ferrets, turtles and fantastic efforts to clean up the beaches in Israel, take it away, Shaniqua.
Up on this week's Your Planet, we're starting with some positive news as we head to Texas in the United States. The recent cold spell of weather in the area has meant thousands of turtles have been washing up on the shores to escape the cold waters. Almost 5,000 of them have been rescued and taken to a convention center where they're being kept in tubs and enclosures before they can be released when the water gets warmer. Next up is a massive cleanup operation taking place on the beaches of Israel. Thousands of volunteers and soldiers from the army took to the beach to clean up tons of tar that had washed up due to oil being unloaded from a ship. The damage to marine creatures is thought to have been kept to a minimum due to the speedy work of the cleanup. Nearly all 100 of Israel beaches were closed to the public due to the oil damage. Last up, we've got great news about ferrets as we head back to the US. Scientists have successfully cloned a highly endangered black-footed ferret using DNA from an identical animal that has been frozen since 1988. The ferret, named Elizabeth Ann, was thought to be extinct and is now hoped that the 2-month-old can be a sign of things to come as scientists hope to clone more ferrets to increase the population.
I tell you what, I'm all for a bit of ferret news, me. I love it. Now, before I go, we've got an update for you on those rescued Texan turtles who are now being released, and some of them were sent back to the sea in the most fun-looking way. Let's check it out. Check this out. Whee! How fun does that look? Fantastic. What a way to go back home. Maybe that's how I'll get back from the Newsround studio today. Anyway, I'm all out of time for now. Newsround's back on your TV screens tomorrow morning, and you can keep up to date with all the news you need to know about at any time.
Okay, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that. What great stories about school will be interesting. I wonder how everyone feels about they're at high school. I'm thinking about my year sixes that left a couple of years ago. How they'll feel about doing some catch sessions over summer. And if primary schools had to do it, how would you feel about it? Would you want to come in and catch up on your learning, or would you rather be outside playing in the summer holidays? Right, super. So I will see you all next week on Monday for our final set of reading sessions. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you on Monday. Have a safe weekend. Bye.